All right, this is Jeff Zimmerman here with Bruce Shoo Carrington, one of the hottest young prospects in all of boxing,
Don't say that. Get out of here.
and humble. How you doing,
Thank you.
Bruce?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying the festivities, man. Weigh-in was great. You're seeing the energies from the two big fighters is fighting the main event. Hey, I'm super excited, man. I'm really interested to see how this fight is gonna go, and I'm happy to be a spectator.
Well, let's just jump. Let's go there then.
Yeah.
Break down the fight. You're a student of the game.
Yes,
You're
definitely.
one of the, one of the most skilled guys out there. One
Thank
of the, just great fun to watch. Break down the fight.
I feel like Canelo's gonna win the fight, and just because of his IQ, his experience in the heavyweight divisions, and actually like doing really well in those weight divisions as well too. When it comes to his durability, there's no question how he's built for it tough. I think that Canelo is definitely, he edges him in IQ. He edges him in IQ and experience. He's fought, higher caliber fighters. No disrespect to Charlo, but he's fought some higher caliber fighters. And when it comes to Charlo, I feel like, I don't know if he's gonna come up with the mentality of the knockout mentality and something like that, because he shouldn't. Because that'll be the worst, game plan that he'll come out with. I think if he comes out similar to how he fought Brian Castano, if he can box, use his legs a little bit, it'll be good. But I don't know if it will keep Canelo off. Canelo is like, he knows how to do certain things to, make you fall into little traps. Or sometimes Charlo gets a little reckless. He might make you run into something. He paced himself really well. So I just feel like, good body shots as well too. I feel like, it's gonna be like more of like a wear down fight, and it could end in a possible stoppage or maybe just a unanimous decision. That's how I see it going.
What would be the keys to victory for Charlo? You obviously see Canelo winning pretty handily.
Yeah.
But if Charlo's gonna win the fight, what does he need to do?
He has to box all 12 rounds and be super disciplined. Like I don't know if Charlo is capable of that. I know Charlo, he likes to sometimes go back and forth, and that is not the fight you want to fight when it comes to Canelo, because Canelo, he's very disciplined throughout the whole fight and make you run into certain shots. If he can box and be very Bivol-esque or Floyd-esque when it's like straight punches, because that's what bothers Canelo. Canelo, he's not like a good guy. He has trouble fighting guys that throws a lot of straight punches, 3s and 4s, back out, and then another 2 3s and 4s again. If you can do that with Canelo, then you'll give some problem. But we just haven't seen Charlo do that. He hasn't brought that out of his bag yet. He might have it. This might be the fighter to take it out. We don't know.
Do you think the weight's going to have any factor going up the 2 weight classes?
I think that it might. I think that it'll definitely have a factor. It might help him. He might feel more comfortable with this weight class. You never know, because Charlo's a big guy.
Yeah.
Charlo's definitely a big guy, so you never know if this might help him. I'm trying to see how his power is going to translate into this weight class, because he has real good power in 154, but now we jumped up 2. We got to see how that's going to go. Canelo, he's fought much bigger guys than Charlo at this point, and his skin is built thick now. So we got to see how that's going to do.
He takes a punch too.
Yeah, for sure.
Canelo.
But he don't even have to take a punch at this point now. Like Canelo, he's rolling with the shots, taking the power off these punches, and Canelo has everything that it takes to beat Charlo. And Charlo, he needs to be disciplined. Like he needs to be super like tight on his IQ and his game plan throughout the whole fight. He can't get off it at all. He has a chance. He has a couple chances, but Canelo definitely edges.
He has less room for error.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. Now, let's talk about you, man. 9-0.
Thank you.
With Top Rank.
Yes.
The promoter of all promoters, building fighters. How do you feel your career is going at this point?
To be honest, I love it. They're doing exactly what I was hoping, getting into my pro career. Just staying active, putting me on, ESPN Plus, and me getting notoriety and people getting to watch me. I'm doing everything that I need to do, and I'm getting everything that that I earn, and I love it. This is gonna be my 5th fight of the year. Last year I had 4. This is my 5th fight, and I'm just blessed. I'm happy. I'm appreciative. thank you, Top Rank. Thank you, Bob. You know, and everybody that's working behind, that's making everything happen, man. I appreciate you guys so much. And last but not least, thank God. You know, I'm just super happy where I'm at right now, and the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
So are they fast tracking you? I mean, 9 fights in 2 years, that's unheard of in today's boxing.
I wouldn't say fast track, but not slow either. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I'm being built for sure, but at the end of the day, I am 26. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my boxing years, my time limit in the years is like kind of much shorter than a lot of the younger guys coming up that's like 20, 21 or whatever. So, you know, I'm aware of that. It is what it is, and but true, I'm ready for a lot, bro. I have a lot of maturity when it comes into this game. Inside the ring, outside the ring, I'm ready for a lot of the things that's coming my way. It's things that I'm bred for this. I'm born for this.
You know, you mentioned being 26. I knew you were mid-20s. I talked to Shakur today at Top Rank, and asked him if he was in his prime. I think he's 26, and usually they say 27, but you know it's just a number. And he feels like he's pretty much entering his prime right now. I mean, obviously you've had 9 fights.
It's too early for me to say that.
It's too early for that, but you feel like getting the amount of fights you're getting that maybe in a year, you know, you'd be ready to fight for a title, or what do you see?
Well, without a doubt, I'll definitely be ready to fight for a title in about a year, like no question. I'm ready right now, to be honest, but I know it's a process. I know I gotta, you know, continue to build my fan base. That's what I really want to do. Continue to build my fan base, become more of a household name. You know, just get a lot of, you know, seats filled up. That's my goal, man. And then when it's time to fight for the big fights, then we're gonna do that. You know, it's a process, but I'm ready right now. I'm telling y'all.
So you're over there with Kenneth Sims.
Yeah.
And I asked him that question after his last fight because, you know, the business side and the marketing side in today's, you know, landscape, that's like half the battle, right? Is getting your name out there.
A lot of people don't know it. A lot of fighters don't realize that. But yes, correct.
Yeah, and Kenneth said after his last fight, and then he was here for Spence Crawford, he was doing autographs and pictures. He said he had never had that before.
Yeah. See, you know, those are the things that come after a while. You know, you're doing your thing. But yeah, no, people don't realize that this thing is literally called sports entertainment. It's a sports entertainment. You got to entertain. This is a business at the end of the day. So yes, you definitely got to, you know, show your face to everybody, show your face to the fans, the media, and everything like that. Make yourself very familiar. I was just talking to a friend earlier today, and I was just explaining to him the reason why people become so famous or why certain brands become so successful is because people are familiar with these brands. McDonald's, they put out Happy Meal commercials forever. Why they put out Happy Meal commercials? Not for us. They're putting them out for the kids that's coming up in the next generation. They keep themselves familiar in the public eye. And that's what we got to take that same formula and put it into the sports that we got today.
It's interesting, too, because you're obviously in the era of social media, right? Yeah. But it also seems to be crowded. Even the boxing world, you got like the Haneys and the, you know, the Tanks, and Shakur's trying to get that big fight and kind of separate himself. Do you feel, is it hard or is it easier? I mean, because of the social media, you can do your own branding, your own promotion. I
don't think it's hard. I think it's much easier for me because I'm on social media all the time, and I do the promotion and stuff like that. So I'm living in my that's why I live at for real. But I think it helps us more with, you know, promoting ourselves if the promotional company isn't doing as much as we want them to. I think that also it's even with all of the competition that's around, that's everybody trying to build up themselves and stuff like that. Me, I know my time is gonna come, and I don't think about the competition in terms of like that because, again, I'm gonna go back into a fast food thing. You notice McDonald's probably one of the most successful fast food restaurants. They don't have the best burgers. Let's be real. They don't have the best food, but you know, it's not about who has the best product. You know what I'm saying? It's about who sells their product the best. You know what I'm saying? It's not about who has the best product, but who sells the product the best. And that's what you got to do. Like, you can have a t-shirt that's like super, you know, fancy or whatever, the materials, this and that and the third. But if you don't sell it, like I'm selling this $10 t-shirt, then you're not going to, you know what I mean? My t-shirt can become more successful. My t-shirt can become more familiar, and I'm going to surpass the t-shirt that was, you know, the expensive t-shirt. That's kind of the mindset you got to have.
Sure. So we talked about it real quick, but 9-0, you're 26. For those that don't know you, because you'll get introduced to new fans out there, talk about your journey. Were you a little bit later? You had a longer amateur career, I believe.
Yeah, man. I've been boxing. I was amateur boxing for about 18 years. I was an Olympic alternate for the 2016 Olympic team. I was supposed to qualify for the 2020 Olympic team. I won the Olympic trials, got the best boxer of the award, of the tournament award. And, I was ready to go to the Olympic trials. No, excuse me, the Olympic qualifiers, but COVID messed me up. It messed up a lot of things. And it stopped my tracks into qualifying, man. And that was really unfortunate. I was ready to, get that gold medal and everything, but, it is what it is. And decided to turn pro.
So you stuck around longer than amateurs because you wanted to get that gold.
I really wanted to become an Olympian. Like, that was a dream of mine, a big dream of mine. Like, I was so close to becoming an Olympian in 2016. So where, the class with Shakur Stevenson, Jerome Bruce Ennis, and all them, Gary Tony Russell. Well, Bruce wasn't in the Olympics, but he was in that class of people. But yeah, I wanted to really become an Olympian. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in the amateurs. Become more confident in my style, and because I was still trying to figure myself out. I was 19 years old at the time, and I had a lack of international experience as well too. So, I needed a lot of that and to build more confidence before I came to the pros, because I wanted to make sure when I come to the pros there was nothing that I didn't like. How can I say it? There's nothing that would be a surprise to me by the time I turned pro. You know what I mean? Like with the international styles, the Ukrainians and the Russians, and even the English people, like they have a different style from what you see in your average American boxer. So those are the things that I stay humble, stay back, and learn in my amateur years.
No regrets.
No regrets at all. Everything has its time, and I definitely made sure that I follow the path.
What's your relationship with Shakur? And obviously he won silver medal.
Yeah.
But I would imagine you sparred him.
Oh, plenty of times. Me and Shakur sparred plenty of times. He's actually one of my favorite sparring partners. Like, it's only a few people that can actually challenge my IQ, and he's one of those guys. Me and him, we grew up around each other, man. We fought a couple times in the amateurs as well too. When we were little kids. When I tell you that kid, he ain't no kid, he a grown man. But when I tell you he learned these basics of his distance at such a young age, it blows my mind when I think about it now, because I realized mine probably like a few years ago, but he learned it when he was like 13, 14, and certain world champions still don't know their distance and they're overthrowing shots and whatnot. Like he was ahead of his time when it comes to when we were little kids, for sure. And bro, Shakur's a great dude. Me and him are cool, we friends. And he's doing his thing right now in boxing.
Is he the best out of that 135, 140 bunch, you think?
To be honest, I think so. I really do. I really think so. Out of that bunch, he's like, he might not be the strongest. He might not be the fastest, but I think he's the smartest. And, to go back to Mayweather, that's something that he was the same way. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the fastest, but he was the smartest. And I feel like, when it comes to this boxing game, man, that's what matters the most.
What would him and Tank look like in the ring?
I feel like it would be a very tactical fight, because people underestimate Tank's boxing ability. And if Tank catches anybody, they're going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's not just all power Tank. He knows how to set it up. He knows how to lure you in. He knows how to make you fight his fight. But Shakur is super patient. Like, he's probably the most patient fighter I've ever stepped in the ring with. He is like, he never slips off the game plan. He is super disciplined when it comes to his training as well too. Man, Tank will have a real problem with him, and I don't know. That fight right there, I honestly don't know who will win. That'll be a great fight. That's how I see it.
Bud Crawford calls Shakur his favorite fighter. Do you have any relationship with Bud?
Oh yeah, me and Bud tight. And Bud tight for sure. Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. Bud, I just want to because I'm still in awe from the Spence fight. I just want to continue to just congratulate that man on doing everything he's done to get to the point that he has, because there's so many doors have been closed in his face, and for him to be such a big star that he is now, it's so earned. It's so worth it, and I'm so happy for the man. But yeah, me and Bud is real cool, man.
Have you shared the ring with them?
No, not yet. Not yet. I definitely want to though, for sure. I'm a cool. Matter of fact, yo, Bud. No, for sure. I definitely want to spar him, and see what that work is about for sure.
Yeah, because Bud talks about what he's learned from Shakur. It's not just Shakur learning from Bud.
Him. Yeah, and that right there, that shows you what level that Shakur is on, and I definitely want to test myself in those in that realm as well too, because that's Bud, Terrence Bud Crawford. He got that dog. Like I haven't seen a dog like him since Marvin Hagler. Like back in them days, Ray Leonard, Duran. Like he got that type of dog in him, and a lot of people don't got that in them these days. It reminds me a lot of those type of guys, and I try to be them type of guys as well too. You know what I mean? People see it. If they see it in me, they see it in me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna try to tell people that that's what I am. If you see it in me, you see it in me. But yeah, I would love to test myself against Bud Crawford for sure.
Well, man, Bruce Shushu Carrington, one of the best young fighters in all of boxing, undefeated, looking to get back in the ring. 9 fights in 2 years, man. Yeah. That's a hell of a journey so far, and good luck going forward, man, and wish you well.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Oh, you guys, if you guys want to follow me, or the newcomers, you guys follow me on my Instagram, Bruce_Carrington. My Twitter is B_Carrington1, and check out my documentary that I have out. That's out right now. It's called Brownsville Born. You can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com.
There you go. Don't miss this guy. He's the next young star in boxing. Thanks a lot, Bruce.